Welcome back to another video. This will be the difference between CATIA V5 and 3D Experience CATIA. So regarding styling fillet, if you are familiar with my previous video, I presented the functionality of the styling fillet. As we can see over here, this will be the user interface for that. So this will be the input window. Now, if I will also go over here for the styling fillet, we're going to see that we have the following options over here. So we can select those two supports and we're going to have the continuity between those. Now within the older version of CATIA, so CATIA V5, as we can see over here, if I will just leave my mouse on top of a feature, I will get some informations regarding that. For example, regarding the continuity, if I will go over G1, we're going to have that G1 text, but we also will not have additional information. Now, if I will click apply with this preview, if I will increase the fillet to 44, we're gonna see how that continuity will go. So this will be with G1, this will be with G2, so we see that curvature will be changed, and within G1 it will look like this. Now let's take a look within CATIA 3D Experience. So I have the same file loaded over here, and we're gonna see that for support 1 and support 2 this will be the same. So as you can see, I can add the radius, but what is different is that we're also gonna have G3 over here. And if you see the difference, if I will just leave my mouse on top of G3, we're gonna see that G3 continuity between the fillets and input. So it doesn't specify exactly what happens, but if I will add G3 over here, and if I will add that feature by clicking on apply, we're gonna see that the feature will look like this. So with G3 compared to G2, we're gonna see that this will be a little more rounded over there. So we see with G1, we see the profile of the arc. We see that with G2, and G3 will actually go a little bit inwards over here. So this will be more visible if I will move the camera like this. So the curvature will look like that. With the G2, on the other hand, this will not be that defined. And with G1, it will look like this. So that's a difference over here within the continuity. Also, if I will press F1 over here on top of the styling fillet, we're going to have the following user assistance added directly within the toolbar over here, as we can see. There won't be that many informations over here. So within CATIA V5, if we have access to the documentation, we're going to see that that will include some additional elements over here, as you can see. This will be for the styling fillet. We can define the radius. We're going to have the continuity over here. And this will be the documentation available over here. Now, some other changes that are between these two versions. If I will create a new styling fillet over here, we're gonna see that we have the possibility, so everything over here is the same. We see over here for the fillet type, we can go for radial or chordal. We're also gonna have the two minimum added over here. If I will jump back within CATIA V5, we're gonna see that for the fillet type, we won't have access to that. And the same will be for arc type. We're gonna have two options over here. While within the newer version, we're gonna have the blend, the approximation, and the exact arch type over here. We can also define a spine and a point over here, and that will also be different. So we see that styling fillet over here doesn't have any spine. If you are familiar with my previous videos, you know that edge fillet has that within CATIA V5. So if I will go over here, we're gonna see over here the spine. So that can be added over here. But again, for the styling fillet, this will not be available over here. Some other changes within these two versions. We're gonna see over here we can do that trim directly, so it will be the same. We have either trim for support 1 or support 2. Over here for the continuity tolerance, this will be the same. So in this case for G3, we will not have those tolerances. But what is also different over here, if for example I will hit apply like this, let's just add a radius of 45 over here. If I will do the connection between fillets to also display a deviation analysis, we're gonna see the radius will appear over there, and we're gonna have the following deviations over here. So 0, 0 across all sections in this case. If I will change the continuity to G2, we're gonna see that it will look like that. With G1, we also gonna have only the maximum deviation over here. Now, if I will do some changes over here to have that as exact, for example to G2, again we're gonna see that those deviations will still be 0 in this case. Another different property will be regarding the simplification. So over here we can do a small surface stitch, and if I will leave the mouse cursor on top of that, we're gonna see that the small surface can be stitched with one of the neighbor surface over here. We can also do the following simplification, which is rip. And in this case, the small surface will be divided into two separate surfaces. And we also have the rip match over here, which we're going to see that this will also divide into two surfaces. But this will be along its diagonal. We also have the possibility to do a logical joint, so that is something that we had over here. It has the same functionality, the same workflow. And over that, we're going to have the extrapolate for both of those profiles, and that will be the same over here. So additionally, for the results, we're going to have the trim face and trim approximate over here. And again, that will be the same like within the previous version. So I'm really curious, what is your opinion regarding this? In my opinion, the G3 continuity is not that, let's say, needed, but it's good to have additional features for the same command. And if we're gonna go over here within the approximation, that should look the same. And we see that we also have the possibility to do geometry in trace direction over here, which we don't have within the previous version. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this kind of content. Let me know in the comment section what is your opinion regarding this. Do you consider to give 3D Experience CATIA a try? As I will go with my videos like this. I will initially present the functionality within CATIA V5, and afterwards I will make a video where I'm gonna see and analyze those differences between those two versions. Okay, so I will position a similar video over here on the left side and a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.